Oh yeah, it's the weekend, and you know what that means. It's time for Pixels and Bits on the Overshield.com with your hosts, Corey, Manny, and Tommy. And now, broadcasting from planet Earth, it's time for Pixels and Bits. Welcome to Pixels and Bits on the Overshield.com. My name is Corey. Hi! We're back. I think. For good this time. I don't know. But we're not one and done on this whole we're back thing. We're back this time, and I got my co-host Tommy with me. Say hi, Tommy.
Hello, Internet.
If you were wondering where the Mr. Suave Manny Fresh is, I think he forgot we were supposed to meet tonight. And I think he went out to go meet with some lady friends. I want to take a guess on that, because I don't know where he is exactly. But he's somewhere, doing his Manny thing. Welcome to episode 86 of the podcast known as Pixels and Bits. What will we be talking about this time? Well, we got some good old-fashioned news desk for you coming along. Plenty of good stories in the past week. Then for our middle segment, what else to talk about? Since it's a brand new year, we have to talk about what we liked of last year, and what we hated of last year. And plus, what are we looking forward to the most this coming new year? It's a whole new year, let's bring it in. Oh yeah, also, we got your good old favorite segment, People Doing Stupid Shit. Right, Tommy?
Absolutely.
Not to put pressure on.
That's okay. I'm looking for stories right now. Found two. Looking for the last one.
In the middle of recordings, it's like, don't worry, I'm still doing research. It's like
that's
it's like doing your studying while you're taking your test.
Exactly. I'm still writing down notes on the paper on the test.
No, what we're supposed to do here? Oh shit, we can't talk. Yeah. All right, it's time to move on to the news desk. Hit the music.
God, we haven't done that in a long time.
It has been what has it been, 5 months since we've done an episode?
So
we're sorry, folks, that we went that long. Before I start this news desk, I probably should have said why we were gone so long. Basically, it got to a point in the fall where our schedules just didn't align at all. I have also been burying my head deep into college and books and all that stuff, just because I am very close to finishing, but now that I'm getting closer to the end, my workload is freeing up a little bit, so I can work on the Overshield again. But as for Tommy over here, he's been doing his same old Tommy thing. He tried to keep you entertained with these are not anime vines.
Yeah, they were, they did their part for when it lasted, but
a little bit
more content, gaming content. We will go back to video games.
For those wondering if we were going to revert into a dreaded anime only channel.
Oh no.
We're more than that. We're more than that. We're higher than that.
Until we do.
Though no offense to those anime guys like Baron J and GR Arcada and Giguk. We just like to vary it up a little. So yes, we'll be back with some more content in the future. What exactly? We're going to keep that a little hush-hush for now, but expect some new content in the coming month. Alright, along with a new episode of Pixels and Bits every week. Hooray!
Mm-hmm.
Now, into the news desk. We got some quick announcements coming your way. First off, who here remembers when Pokken Tournament was announced? The Pokemon fighting game for Japanese arcades, and we heard it was Japanese arcades only, and we're like, shit, why isn't that a console game? And why isn't it here in the United States? That shit would be awesome.
Yeah, that was took the words out of my mouth right there, Corey.
Well, I got some good news for you.
Yes, please.
It is coming to consoles. And it's coming to the United States.
Awesome.
In 2 months.
I can't wait for that. I really can't wait.
Yeah, that's right. Pokken Tournament is coming out in 2 months on March 18th. So if you wanted to get your Street Fighter action on, but also wanted to feed that Pokemon hankering as well, you can get this. Next, we have
Wait, so
a
you
nice
compared
little...
Street Fighter and then Pokemon when you should have compared Tekken and Pokemon?
Whatever.
I just gotta throw that out there. Just gonna say that.
Potekken. Get your Potekken on.
Tekken.
Yeah.
Well, they also have a...
Get your Tekkamon on right now.
And I'm thinking about doing this. I'm not sure yet. I don't know if I'm ready for this yet, but the pre-order, if you pre-order the game, you will get a Shadow Mewtwo card, Amiibo card, which will give you access for the Pokemon to you as a playable character early on in the game instead of unlocking them. And honestly, I think we're gonna go old school and just unlock him the old-fashioned way.
Well,
But that's just me. But if you guys want to hit them early, go for it.
now, next release we got pinned up is actually coming out this month. When? It's actually coming out in a few days. And what is that? Well, who here is a fan of World of Tanks?
Yeah, I play on the Xbox. Yeah, it's fun.
Well, it's coming out for the PS4
Oh, nice. Congrats.
in only a few days.
It's a fun game.
I tried to get into it, but it's just a little too slow for my taste.
It takes a while. Yes, you're driving tanks. There are slow vehicles, but it's pretty fun.
Plus, I can legitimately say that in the 10 matches of World of Tanks that I played, you know how many kills I got?
None.
2.
Well, it's better than what I said.
God, that's annoying.
Well, you get better. It's a game. It's a learning game, but
I get it, but I thought the learning curve to Destiny PvP was high. Ugh.
it's tanks, man. It's like war. You gotta learn.
Next announcement is, for of course, some little price deals going on. Well, next month, if you haven't picked up Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U, which, question, why haven't you picked up Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U?
I have it.
Tommy, why haven't you picked up Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U?
I have it.
Oh, you do have
I
it.
got it day one.
Okay. So, here's my excuse. I don't have it because I was broke when it came out.
Yeah.
But this is definitely giving me incentive to buy it, because starting next month, it is getting a permanent price cut of 50%.
$30.
It'll be $30. Downside to this, it no longer comes with Bayonetta 1. But Bayonetta 2 is still pretty fucking awesome, so buy it anyway for $30.
It really is. And I like the fact that, well, the one I have obviously comes with Bayonetta 1. I never played the first one, so for me that was a great
little addition.
yeah.
Plus, I love the fact that Bayonetta can dress up as like Samus Aran, Peach, Star Fox, Link.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And they can and she not only can dress up as them, but has like specific move sets and like all that stuff.
Are you gonna buy Bayonetta for Super Smash?
Is that a legit question?
Okay, I assume that's rhetorical now.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a rhetorical answer.
All right, thank you.
Now, next deal we have is, if you're not a member of Amazon Prime, why not? Because it's actually a pretty good deal. Because you not only get the discounts and shipping and everything, you get a bunch of free books if you're into that. You also get access to a bunch of movies and TV shows for free to their streaming service. Well, here's another little incentive to give you, to get you to buy Amazon Prime. And that is that you can now get 20% off new games when you buy through Amazon. That's a pretty good deal.
Even 2 weeks after its release.
Up to 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, your little savings goes away. But if you're always wanting to get new games, but you're like, oh, I'll just wait until I can get it used for about $8 less. Well, here you can get it for $12 less. Boom!
Still good. But my only concern is this only works for physical copies.
Hey, what's wrong with physical copies of games?
To be honest, I'm now leaning towards digital. I think it's so convenient now. It makes me a little lazy.
It is convenient. I must say, it is definitely convenient to fire up my PS4 and be like, oh, look, I always have FIFA on there. Oh, look, I always have this other game on here, like Bloodborne or something like that. That's actually nice and convenient. But at the same time, I dread the future knowing that it's like, okay, but what about the day when these servers are taken offline? You can no longer get it, a la what happened to PT. And there's a reason I am never deleting PT off my PlayStation. even though I will never finish it because it scares the fuck out of me. It is a piece of history, and the fact that if I delete it, that piece of history I can never play again.
Yeah, same reason I keep Flappy Bird and Tiny Death Star on my tablet. I'm serious, I have it.
Wow. All right, moving on. So, for those of you who are looking forward to the new Hitman game from PlayStation, which I do like Hitman Absolution, I was interested in the new Hitman game. Well, if you pre-ordered it from Sony's PSN service, I have some bad news. Your pre-order has been canceled.
Ooh, why?
I'll get to that later, but here's what they sent out. In a message, full courtesy from videogamer.com, from a PSN user named David Scammell. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Thank you for pre-ordering Hitman. The publisher has notified us that the configuration of the product you have ordered has changed significantly. As a result, we have withdrawn the current pre-order from PlayStation Store and will cancel all pre-orders. You will receive an email confirmation your pre-order has been canceled. A revised pre-order for Hitman will be available in the store soon. Now, what does this mean? No, Hitman has not been canceled, but the way it is being released has been changed. Hitman is no longer a whole game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't think this would just be limited to Final Fantasy VII now, did you?
Oh, great. The next Tomb Raider is going to be the same now.
Hitman is now episodic, officially.
Ooh.
Wow. What's next? Hey guys, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming in 5 parts.
You know what? That's fine. The fans waited long enough with their 12 spin-offs? All canon, by the way.
12 spin-offs in 10 years since the last proper entry?
Yeah, so honestly, the Kingdom Hearts fans, they'll be pissed off, but it's like, we waited this long, we can wait. We can still wait.
More than 10 years.
Oh.
Damn, Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, this is now a new trend now, these episodic games. Now, obviously, Telltale is the one that really started it.
But it made sense with them.
Yeah, it made sense with them because it's a story-driven, choice games.
It's a story-driven narrative choice game, and it made sense. It's sort of released in episodic ways, like a TV show, because it is very much a narrative-driven thing. Hence why people could connect it to TV and didn't feel so bad paying for little episodic versions of it. I feel the same way because I played through The Walking Dead, and I played through the Game of Thrones game, and every time a new episode would come out for that, I buy it.
Yeah, and has there actually been something to this scale yet, or will Final Fantasy and Hitman be the first?
I think.
King's Quest.
But now the interesting question is, which one's coming out first, Final Fantasy VII or Hitman?
That is a good. Well, does
which one,
Hitman have a release date or no?
Which one is willing to lay down that shit foundation of a road?
Well, Square Enix. There's the Stranger Than Life game, but that's still somewhat.
I'm sorry, but goddamn, I feel like the Japanese, in terms of understanding of what the consumer wants, in terms of packaging their games as a product, has no idea what they want. But that's a rant for a little bit later on in this podcast. Now, earlier, we were talking about how people have been waiting a long time for a sequel. Well, as some of you may know, I am a huge Half-Life fan.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that you are.
I am a very massive Half-Life fan. So it comes with great pleas to announce that a sequel of the Half-Life series is coming next month to Steam.
Wait, are you serious?
It is not Half-Life 3.
Is it?
I'm sorry for those who got their hopes up, but let's accept at this point, it is dead. Gaben swallowed the development team. Now...
Is it episode 3 of Half-Life 2?
No.
Oh.
It is actually a sequel to the spin-off Half-Life Opposing Force.
Oh, okay.
For those who remember Half-Life Opposing Force, when that came out in the 90s.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That was where you played through the Black Mesa incident, but from the perspective of a soldier who was being sent in to contain the quarantine and contain the whole incident. And you play as Adrian Shepard. He gets caught up in the whole situation there at Black Mesa and is eventually detained by the G-Man. You now get a sequel to his story.
Okay, well, that could be good. I mean, still people will be happy with that. It's a Half-Life world.
Now, here's the thing. It's not officially coming from Valve.
Oh, oof.
It is a fan-made game
Oh.
that has been given their blessing.
Okay, well, that can go...
And the game is called Half-Life Prospect. But instead of Prospect with a C in it, it's Prospect with a K. Kind of weird spelling. Think Russian.
I was thinking Genesis.
Okay. It's coming out next month on the 11th, and it'll be coming out for the price of $10. Now, here's the only reason I'm going to give this a try. Well, for one, it's $10, so I'm not going to be out that much. But two, it's been given Valve's blessing. And the fact that Valve is letting them knowingly use one of the most beloved IPs they own, they must really liked what this guy did. Or Gaben will sign anything off to appease the hungry fans, knowing that he will never deliver a product that will satiate what they want.
I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to be the ass and let's go with that one.
Yeah. Moving on. Now, let's talk about ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember a couple of years ago when we reported that the head of ESPN said that esports is not a sport?
Yes. It's a sport now, right?
It's a sport. ESPN. If you go to their website right now, they have under the more sports section an esports section. And so far, I think they only got just the editor writing it, and his name is Darren Rovell.
So essentially, be
yeah,
athletes.
Yeah, we are officially athletes.
Officially athletes
with our minds and our thumbs.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Get a scholarship.
Look at the thumb work there, Jason. Oh, I know he's been working on that day in and day out.
Imagine the college schools is like, oh yeah, he's been playing since, we got him the Game Boy. Here he is, he's been playing. There he is, snacking on his Doritos and Mountain Dew, just like telling every multiplayer he's raped his mom.
Scott Van Pelt here, talking about, is using tape on your thumb during a gaming session cheating?
That's good.
So, I'm just kind of glad that this is now actually a thing, because now we can forever poke fun at it.
We can probably create little skits.
Yes.
Alright, that's a good one. Don't take that, internet. They're gonna take it.
Now, let's change to an interesting topic.
Okay.
Let's talk about The Division. Because they have the now most amazing tech I have ever seen in an in-game engine. Something rendered that I never thought possible in a video game. They have rendered an animation of a dog taking a shit.
Oh. We're in the future, Corey.
Yes.
We are in the future.
The future is glorious.
They said it can only be done in movies and not in video games.
I should know. There's an entire, like 30-second video on Games Radar's YouTube page of him playing The Division and just recording this dog taking a shit in the road. That's some groundbreaking shit right there. Congratulations, Ubisoft.
Oh man.
First you pioneered being a pirate in the opening seas. Then you pioneered the broken game and selling it for full price. And now you pioneered dog shitting in the road.
Modders are gonna mod that dog to shit on like copies of Ubisoft games.
Just shit out copies of Watchdog.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
No, it doesn't even shit out Assassin's Creed Unity. It just shits out the different heads of all the assassins. Oh my god. Now, the final story, and obviously probably the biggest one that got people talking, is of course the Oculus Rift.
Mm-hmm.
We have a release date and a price. Now, I'm just gonna say it's $600.
Well, yeah, I was kind of expecting that, honestly.
Oh god. Come on. Really?
Immersion.
Really?
How much were you gonna pay for immersion?
And on top of that, you have to have like at least a $900 computer to even run it.
Oh, yeah, that's
So literally, to realistically buy this thing and get the whole setup, that's $1,500. What? What?
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll go down eventually, but for those who have the money, they're gonna pay for it.
Here's the thing. If it was $500, okay, pretty pricey, but I could maybe get on board.
Yeah.
I think for a $300 to $400 range would have been best. And that's what I think is going to happen with the PlayStation VR. I think when it comes out, it's gonna be either the same price as a new PS4, or it'll be one below, or a little bit below. It'll be somewhere between $300 and $350. I think Sony to go $400. They realize that would be a little much, especially how people are reacting to this right now. Now, for those wondering when you can buy it, well, the first wave of online pre-orders will ship out on March 28th. Here's the problem, though. They sold out in 15 minutes.
Oof.
Now, for those saying, oh, but people are still going to buy it. It's like, well, yeah, there's always going to be those niche people who just happen to have money laying around to waste on PC shit. There's tons of those guys. YouTube them.
Oh, yeah. Scalpers. Oh, imagine the scalpers with this thing.
Oh, my God. But, though, the street date will be right around somewhere in April. But, God. This is getting a little ridiculous in terms of pricing. I don't know. Now, I can say officially that, hey, the VR revolution is now here. I just wish it was a little cheaper.
And eventually will be. I mean...
And it will be. I mean... That's just the law of supply and demand. But
hey, but think about it, Corey. Once the Overshield makes it big, we'll have the money to buy for ourselves.
Yeah, if only we won that $1 billion Powerball.
Yeah, this won't even be an issue.
I didn't even get a single matching number.
Oh,
God fuck.
That's okay. I try to play it safe.
You didn't buy a ticket.
Yeah. I play it safe that way. I don't want my hopes and dreams to crush.
I wouldn't say it's ever getting your hopes and dreams crushed. I would just say it's like, hey, you know what? It'd be kind of nice. Spend like 10 minutes looking at Ferraris. All right, moving on.
No.
Hey, that happens every time I buy a Powerball ticket. It happens every time anybody buys a Powerball ticket. They fantasize for the next 10 minutes thinking, oh, what I could buy with this money. And you know what I could buy with this money? Probably 4 Oculus Rifts at this price.
And then you'll finally give one to me? Oh, that's so nice of you.
Yeah, I'll ship it to you with your...
Plasma pistol?
Yeah, when I eventually figure that out.
Jeez, it's been 2 years, my friend. A little more than that, I think.
Now, that is the end of the news desk, and it's time to move on to the middle segment. And that is, of course, we'll be talking about what was our top 3 favorite games of last year.
Oof, okay.
I'm going to sound really overly generic.
I think you will.
But I honestly believe that these 3 were the best games last year for me. And that was, in order, Fallout 4, Metal Gear, and I think you know what I'm going to say.
Witcher.
The Witcher. I fucking loved The Witcher. Holy shit! I knew it was going to be good. And you were like, duh, you're just going to get burned out by the hype. And I'm like, you know what? This is one of the few times I'll actually believe the hype. And it blew away my expectations. Because here's the thing. I really, really tried to get into Witcher 2. Really complex for me. A little too much for me. This one nailed that perfect balance of being a really deep RPG with complex mechanics, but not being so overly complex that it can't explain itself. I mean, that's probably the reason why I never got into Dark Souls.
Well, I mean...
Which I would say also Bloodborne is a close fourth. Bloodborne was pretty fucking good.
Well, your top 3 is very close. Actually, I think it's the same as Angry Joe's right at the moment.
Actually, it is, yeah. Now that I think about it.
Alright. Well, for me, it's kind of tough to say because honestly, although I do have those games, I haven't even touched those games yet.
Full of shame. Full of shame.
So the ones that I have played, well, Halo 5. I've played Battlefront. And I mean, what else? I mean, I guess...
Well, I'm just going to say this. You can't put Battlefront in your top 3 list because we all know it's shit.
It is, but if that's what I played in 2015...
Wait, you're telling me all you played in 2015 was Halo 5 and Battlefront?
Well, I mean...
What did you do before September?
I was playing 2004. I was catching up. I still haven't touched Skyrim yet. I'm behind on my games. I gotta catch up. I won't touch those games until 2017.
Alright guys, so Tommy's official top 3 list is number 3, nothing. Number 2, Battlefront, and number 1, Halo 5.
Hey, well, Halo 5 is a great game. That was a fun game. Still is. I play the multiplayer every now and then. I know there's more games.
Well, not only that, it's just that, like... Okay, so I couldn't play Halo 5, so I felt a little bad, but I watched the little Halo movie that YouTubers upload. I was disappointed.
Well, okay, well, this is it. This is my theory as why it's like that. Because Microsoft decided to make the Reclaimer trilogy into a Reclaimer saga. So they're just stretching out the story.
It's like, hey guys, let's do what the Peter Jackson guy did and take a 120-page book and stretch out into 3 fucking 3-hour movies.
Well, hey, he wanted to do 2. The studio pushed it to 3. Okay, I'm just gonna say that there. But anyways, yeah, the Halo 5 Guardians, honestly, it felt like the first act of this story. To me, that's what it feels like. It's like the first act.
But it just doesn't feel enough, and that's the...
That's what a first act does. It introduces the character, it sets up what the story is going to be about, and then on to the second act, which is in the funs and games, which is...
You know what, this is good, and this topic is leading me into my... what was probably, for me, is probably my biggest disappointment of this past year, is the amount of games that are coming out that just are seemingly lacking what we expect of them. Most notably, I would say is Battlefront and Rainbow Six to come out recently. 2 games that's like, hey, you know what? Fuck single player. You don't need single player. We're going to focus entirely on the multiplayer. And I'm like, oh great, that means there's going to be more multiplayer stuff, right?
No, same.
We're just focusing on the multiplayer. Okay, what does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? If you're gonna cut something, I expect you to put the resources you're gonna take from that cut feature and make it into something else. So if you're going to sell it to me for the same price.
Well, they did that with Rise of the Tomb Raider, and good thing the reviews have been really positive for that game, so I can't wait to play it. But
the problem with Rise of Tomb Raider is that it came out exclusively for Xbox One. Yeah. Let's face it, Tommy. You guys are losing the war pretty bad.
It is, but hey, the game won an award. Like, it got nominated for a bunch of awards, so it's hyping up for you guys.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it because I actually really liked the last Tomb Raider game. I mean, I gave it a 9 out of 10 on this site. So, man, that was a long time ago.
It's been a long time.
I'm pretty sure that I did a dual review with that in Colonial Marines.
It wasn't a good combo, but yeah.
Weird combo.
Weird combo.
But that has been like, I don't know. That has been my biggest gripe with games coming out lately. Is that I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. I'm basically just not getting the bang for my buck that I used to, and that's why I loved getting something like Metal Gear and Fallout and Witcher. These games made me feel like I got a lot for my money, especially with The Witcher and Fallout. Holy shit! I am never gonna finish those. Straight up. I mean, I'm just about finished with the story for Witcher 3, and it took me a long time to get around and finally finish it, just because it is a long story. It's probably about a good 35, 40 hours.
Damn. Are you gonna get the DLC, the expansion?
Yes. Because it's only $10 a piece.
Or the season pass is 25, right?
No, season pass is 20, and it gets you both things of DLC.
Oh.
And the DLC, which gives you like an extra 5 to 7 hours of content, is $10. So I'm like, that's a steal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking steal compared to Battlefront, which is like, pay us $15 and we'll give you like 2 new maps.
Well, no, the thing is like, pay us $50, and we will tell you. We're not even gonna tell you what it's gonna be in our season.
We're just gonna tell you that something's coming.
Yeah,
$50, please.
You're gonna get 4 new heroes.
Look at this image of Darth Vader. Isn't he enticing? $50.
Only original trilogy, which I don't fucking get. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I mean, there's not many planets in the original trilogy, and there's gonna be 4 expansion packs with, they say, new heroes, new weapons, new planets.
But watch, they're gonna be like, "Hey guys, we're doing a Alderaan map," and people are like, "Oh, cool! And it's just a space battle."
Well, they can use what they have from Episode 3. It was like, "Oh, you're using Episode 3 for your research for this one." I mean, they can still use the moon of Endor. They can probably do Death Star. They can, I mean, that's just 2 right there. I mean, Espn, Cloud City, but I mean, that's 3.
Bespin?
Bespin, yeah.
But
still, that's not much compared to 11 years ago now with Battlefront 2.
Here's the thing. I was really looking forward to Battlefront, but secretly, the multiplayer game I was looking forward to the most was actually Rainbow Six. Because I really like tight cooperative games like that where your margin of error is so small. Because I used to play a shit ton of Counter-Strike when I was my teenage years. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of Counter-Strike. All I did was play either Counter-Strike or World of Warcraft. I didn't console game. What the fuck was Halo?
Asshole.
But I mean, you get my point. I love the shit. I love the shit out of those team-based objective-based shooters. So I was really sad to see that Rainbow Six came out, and it was really, really good. But there just wasn't enough of it. Like, even just in multiplayer terms, like, it felt rather shallow. Even if there was a full campaign, I would have thought, no, this is good, but the multiplayer feels like it could use a little more. But then to sell that without any sort of campaign, it's just like, oh yeah, these are tutorial missions instead for your single player. Which I find it pathetic that the tutorial is now qualified as the single player content. Mm. What the fuck is that? I mean, seriously.
No.
What is that?
Absolutely. I know. It's unacceptable.
I don't know. To me, that'd be like if I bought World of Warcraft and it's like, oh, hey, here's a 300-page manual. That's another $15 to use the manual. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Sorry. And to top it all off, Rant 2.
All right.
My little Rant 2 for biggest disappointment is I am so fucking disappointed at Japanese developers like Square Enix, and more specifically, fucking Konami.
Of course. I mean, now you have every person has a right to be mad at them.
Oh man, I'm sorry, but the way that company handled themselves, the way they treated Hideo fucking Kojima, after everything that man brought to that company, wow, that is like total scumbag move. Oh my god. The fact that they even barred him from accepting an award for his own game.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Ridiculous. I've never heard of that. Ever. I mean, hell, George Lucas and fucking... what's the guy who made Empire Strikes Back? They never got along, but the guy for Empire Strikes Back still showed up at award ceremonies for the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Because George Lucas didn't put a fucking cease and desist on him. Oh my god. And what makes it even weirder is that, like, it's like, oh yeah, we're abandoning console games. All except for PES, Pro Evolution Soccer. I'm just like, what? Oh, it's like, oh yeah, let's drop Castlevania entirely when that was starting to get off the ground. Let's throw Silent Hills under the bus because that had so much momentum going for it. And you know what? Let's throw Metal Gear under the bus, even though we were complaining about Hideo going over budget and taking a long time, and the game made its money back and double in the course of a weekend. Let's throw all that under the bus too, and just say, fuck it, we're making pachinko machines. Am I right?
They're now Sega.
I would love to see what that board meeting was like. What the fuck? I mean, did nobody disagree? Did the people who disagree get thrown out the office window and nobody reported it? I mean, Jesus. I've never seen a company do such a 180 on its fans. It's weird. I mean, like 5 years ago, they had their own press conferences at E3, and while they were, like, weird, they were kind of quirky and sort of charming, but now... I feel bad for anybody who's interning at that company and thinks they have a future there.
Well, they could. They're just like, hey, I've seen some.
You got this.
I got some great office stories.
You have to sell your soul to the devil. The Konami devil.
Mm-hmm.
Eh? Oh man, what was your biggest disappointment, Tommy? The year.
Honestly, for video games, it's just honest. Lately, it's always been an issue with me when it comes. It's like the lack of content. It's like, what's justify $60 worth of a game, sort of thing. And lately, it's like it's becoming less and less. I'm like, back in the Nintendo 64 days, I mean, those little cartridges, they were $60. Some were more. It's like, it's just. And now today's age, it's yes, $60, but it's like, oh, you want to upgrade it for $90? It includes the season pass. It's like these games, they don't like. What I love about The Witcher 3 is that they did DLC right.
Not only did they did DLC right on that game, but they didn't feel like they had to skimp. There was no skimped content or anything like that.
They made the game first, and then when the game was done, it's like, okay, we're gonna throw in some bonus free DLC for you guys for at least like what?
And here, look, here's also the soundtrack on a physical disc, all just for buying the fucking game.
Yeah, and then it's like, and then here's all the free DLC. We plan to make pay DLC later, but later. And then when it does come out, it's at a really great price.
No, I mean,
I
think we were all I mean, like, I know people are gonna say blasphemy. But I think everybody was waiting for an RPG to equal the value, but also the epicness of that. What was Skyrim? Skyrim kind of set a benchmark for video game publishers to reach for quite some time in terms of sales and critical acclaim. And I think Witcher is getting there. I think The Witcher has definitely met their critically acclaim, but I actually do not know the sales numbers for The Witcher 3.
I'm sure it was positive. If not, it definitely will now with like the end of the year, people talking about it, praising it, putting their number ones. It's like, it's gonna word of mouth. It's gonna get it. It's gonna get new fans, a lot of new fans.
Actually, I just found a number.
Oh, okay.
Just back out, not even at the end of August, 6 million copies.
That's good.
That's very good. And they said the sales are split 70% console, 30% PC.
Still good. But yeah, I mean, like...
And it only had an $81 million budget.
Wow, I made that back.
And I mean, that's like marketing and everything.
Uh-huh.
That's incredible. Especially considering what did Destiny pour into itself?
What, $500 million to make?
Hey guys, look at all this content we made!
What content?
And it's like,
Dragon
hey, is
King.
there more? I love it. Everybody's like finishes like, oh, hey, is there more? Yeah. You can go and kill this guy and get this new cool looking gun. And I just killed that guy earlier, and that gun's just a different color than the one I have. Yes, but it's a little bit more powerful than what you have.
Well, they are right. Who wants sparrow racing? Not really, but okay.
Welcome to the MMO grind with none of the context.
You want to give us more money? We'll pay. We'll give microtransactions with emotes.
I have railed on Destiny pretty hard the past year.
It deserves it, though.
And it really does deserve it. But I will say this for its sake. It is still, when it clicks, incredibly fun to play.
Solid gameplay. It is just everything else, though. Wasted potential.
I find it amazing it took them this long to add sparrow races. I'm pretty sure I mentioned the concept of sparrow races on a podcast about a year ago.
I probably. I can't. I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure you have.
Oh. So that was your big disappointment. Is the same gripe that I had, is that we're not getting the bang for our buck.
We're not getting the bang for our buck. And like, especially Ubisoft, like, they promote more about their season passes than they do the actual game before the game actually comes out. That's a big beef for me as well. You know, it's like they're advertising DLC when that's DLC done wrong. DLC done right is like, you make your complete game, make sure it's like bug free. It's complete. The game's complete. You want to tell the story that you want. Then if you want to do Jack the Reaper DLC, you can start working on that afterwards. But don't advertise that before the game comes out. Jack the Ripper, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I said Reaper.
No, I think my favorite was with Evolve when it was fucking announced, and then we didn't even get a single gameplay video or anything, or maybe only a few screenshots, and they were already saying buy the season pass.
Yep.
I am so sick of this idea of season passes.
I mean, it's
because.
Which
people was like, well, you're investing money to get the DLC later. It's just like, no, what you're doing is basically giving them your money way up front, and then they say, hey, as long as we just give you something back in return for what you gave us this money for, that's okay on our part.
Oh yeah, you know,
they're not obligated to give you any sort of a set amount of content.
Okay, so I don't know why this is so under the radar, but fucking Team Ninja just announced like a month ago their third season pass for Dead or Alive 5 last round.
Oh, I saw
Again, $93. If you want the complete game, you're gonna have to spend around $400 to $500.
I think they're using it to fund Ninja Gaiden 3.
No, they're using it to.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 happened already.
Yeah.
It was actually. I completely forgot that game even happened.
Yeah.
It was so forgettable.
That was a bad game, but it's like, and then they're releasing Extreme Beach 3 for Dead or Alive Extreme Beach 3, but only
not for here.
Not for here or even in the UK. Only for
poor Manny.
I know.
Poor Manny.
But it's
and
like,
poor Colum, he wanted to get his half-naked Japanese woman virtual reality volleyball game on.
But like that company, like everyone's talking trash about, all the other like EA and Konami, but it's like Team Ninja, the fucking A. Like no one's talking about that shit.
It's definitely weird. I feel like Japanese game, like the executives of these Japanese publishers, aren't really getting it in terms of like, hey, we want either value for our money, or just listen to us, give us what we want.
Like, my introduction to the Dead or Alive series is I bought the Ultimate Dead or Alive Ultimate. It came with the first one and the first Dead or Alive in its arcade form, and then Dead or Alive 2 remastered for the original Xbox. And in there had like a lot of content in it.
So much content that I have to put quotations when he says a lot. So,
but it's like, I mean, there's a lot of costumes to unlock, and with Dead or Alive 5, the most you can unlock for each character is like 3 or 4, while Ultimate, like, some of the characters have up to 20 costumes. You know, it was fun back then. Now it's just like, I'm so disappointed, like, the way like that company is treating their series. It's like, I don't know.
I now realize how a little bit hypocritical my last statement was, considering that one of the big moves from Square Enix was, hey, we listened to you guys, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
But it's episodic.
But it's entirely episodic. What, you guys wanted the whole game? Sorry, we can't afford that.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting... For me, it was like, either the game will come out in a very, very long time, or they're gonna probably just, like... I think, honestly, for Final Fantasy VII, for me, that makes sense to do episodic, just to, like...
I mean, my guess is that they realized, oh shit, we didn't make our money back from Rise of the Tomb Raider because Xbox didn't sell like it was gonna. And then, oh shit, Just Cause 3 isn't that great. It's probably not gonna sell well. Fuck. Where are we gonna get our money? Wait, what about Deus Ex? Shit, that's still 8 months out. What the fuck are we gonna do for money?
Oh yeah, that's just... I guess that's my issues. I don't know if it...
What about Hitman? Wait, you're out? Shit, can't afford that. Bring it in the episodes.
We're making Hitman?
Wait, we're making a Hitman game? When did I sign that check?
I thought that was a movie. That movie was pretty forgettable.
We made a World of Final Fantasy? What is that, an MMO? What's this 3DS chibi shit? When did I sign up on this? Was I high? Jerry, was I high when I signed up on this?
Joey-san, yes. Right. Should we move on to everyone's favorite topic?
Yes, because it's time to move on to my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It is time for... Actually, what is our most anticipated game? Because we never said.
Oh, well, 2016?
Yes. I am
going
to be quick, and I am going to say that it's... Fuck.
Never heard of that one.
No. You know what? I'm going to call it. I'm going to say Battlefield 5 comes out this year.
Oof.
And honestly, people say, why are you looking forward to Battlefield 5? Just because. But you know what? There's another game on that's going to top it even further.
Legend of Zelda?
Because no.
The Wii.
Tommy, what is our absolute favorite sci-fi series that isn't Halo?
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect. Yes, Mass Effect comes out next year. So, God,
don't fuck it up, EA.
Don't fuck it up, please. Don't fuck this up.
They're gonna find a way.
God.
I guarantee it. Okay, so I think that's both our highly anticipated.
Yes. All right. So, time to move on to my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for people doing stupid shit. Hit that music.
All right.
That worked out pretty well.
That did work out pretty well. 5 months. Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say, all right, you work at a dentist, and your boss is harassing you with music. What kind of music you think a dentist would play that would piss you off? Constantly.
Slovakian bluegrass.
Not too bad, but no, not it.
One Direction.
Not too bad. Okay, it's a genre. It's a genre.
Oh, it's a genre?
Yeah.
Peruvian death metal.
Not bad, but no. In fact, it is actually...
I'm guessing like the most like obscure music genres in the world.
And you would think so, but really, it's Christian music.
I was actually gonna say that next. Because that shit is literally just, it's like taking fucking love songs. Because Cartman is fucking right in that South Park episode where they take just the love songs and replace the words baby.
Oh, yeah.
Or like darling and replace them with Jesus and God.
So in a Michigan dentist who streams Christian music in her dental office and held prayer meetings for staff members is being sued by four former employees for religious discrimination. Mm-hmm. So the four employees, they were either fired or reprenament or fucking can't read that. Well, for objecting to the religious practices according to the lawsuit filed in August 2015 in Oakland County. Lawyers of the four former employees told the Washington Post on Wednesday that the case is still in the discovery phase. They have to request a jury trial, which they should begin this summer. So yeah.
There's the discovery phase?
I didn't know there was that.
Is there a human after all phase after that? Yes, I just made a Daft Punk joke.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yes. References.
Alright, so the next one is that a daycare teacher is convicted of cruelty in what they're calling it, a baby fight club.
First rule of Baby Fight Club is nobody here talks, so you can't talk about Fight Club.
Well, apparently someone did. Broke the rule number 1.
Shit!
So yes, I wish this was Florida, but it's not. This would totally be a Florida thing. But anyway,
is it California?
No, it's Virginia.
Oh, Virginia.
All right, so a Virginia daycare teacher who turned her classroom into what prosecutor called a baby fight club has been convicted on more than a dozen criminal charges.
I'm wondering like how that got started. Like really, just like how the shit did a baby fight club get started in their classroom? It's just like, yeah, I'm fucking bored of grading these papers. What should I do?
So yeah,
I can't stop grading. I hate grading this fucking finger paint shit. What do? Hey Billy, I'll give you a merit if you fight Jimmy over there.
Well, apparently that's what witnesses are testifying, that the daycare teacher intentionally tripped children, encouraged them to fight each other, and spray them in the face with a hose.
What? Where'd the hose come from?
It's a daycare. I don't know. I think this was like probably at her own house that she run the daycare.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm assuming.
See, I went to like a daycare that was like this converted office building.
Well, okay, so let's see.
So we didn't have a hose. Jesus.
So she was convicted on 13 felony of misdemeanor counts, including child cruelty and assault and battery. And she was actually found not guilty on 4 counts. So she got away. She got away.
How? How the shit do you get away with telling a kid, hey, you should fight Billy, and then when he's down, spray him with the hose and get away with it? Oh my god.
Children say the darndest things, so we really can't take their...
But yes, you might notice I said Billy. Jimmy got his revenge.
Okay. Alright, so for my final piece, I like to say the best. What I think is the best for last, anyways. Alright, so you're going to rob a pharmacy, Corey. What are you going to rob?
Like what? In the pharmacy, or
like
what?
If you're going to do a robbery in a pharmacy and steal items, not essentially money, but something from a pharmacy, what would you think you would steal?
Condoms. Because I just recently saw Shimonetta, or whatever that one was.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, so...
Alright. I was thinking, like, I think if people were going to rob a pharmacy, it would be for, like, meds and all that. You would think that. But instead... Wait, is this take place in Florida?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. I was, if you don't know what I was talking about Shimonetta, which is a.k.a. a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist.
Okay. Well, anyway, so this man, he was caught on surveillance for stealing $1,500 worth of chewing gum.
He had to get that Orbits.
He really did. Love that juicy fruit.
They got that new bubblegum flavor. God.
So a video surveillance shows a man arriving by taxi at a pharmacy, walking into the candy aisle, then walking out with a garbage bag stuffed full of what New York Oh, this is New York.
Did he just get back in the taxi?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, here's...
Wow, I'm sorry, but like, what tired taxi driver is just like, that guy bought a lot of fucking chewing gum. Why am I hearing sirens? Hey, I need to take you somewhere. All right.
Oh, wait, okay, so there's a quote. It's like, a few moments later, he re-enters the store, fills another garbage bag with chewing gum, and then walks out again.
This taxi guy was just like, Man, this motherfucker must love chewing gum. What the fuck?
Oh my god! And this is the greatest part. They're calling the suspect the hashtag Fresh Breath Bandit.
The Fresh Breath Bandit. What?
Oh, I think we got our title. I think we got our podcast title.
In West Philadelphia, I was born and raised, stealing gum from the pharmacy, spending most of my days. Because I'm the fresh breath of Bel Air.
Well, that's all I got. I can't top that one.
Oh, it's time to move on to shoutouts. Oh my freaking god. Oh, alright, so, shit. Shoutouts. Shout out to PlayStation for being a bro and giving it an extension to PlayStation Plus for during the outages around Christmas. Good on you guys.
Shout out for Star Wars for, what a great achievement you've done, proving that nerds are nerds and they will.
Yeah, didn't it hit the $2 billion mark?
No, not yet. It beat Avatar domestically in the U.S., but it still hasn't reached that $2 billion mark yet.
There's a lot of there's a lot of movies that I've seen that have broken that $1 billion mark, and I'm just like, fucking really?
Oh yeah,
that broke $1 billion.
And Minions, Furious 7, that was.
Dude, I saw Minions there. I'm like, no, you get the fuck out of that list. You get off that list right now, because I hate Minions. I hate it.
Well, the money said otherwise. The people love them. But yeah, so what do you saw Star Wars? What did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty fucking good. I mean, did I think it was like repeating or not repeating, but definitely borrowing a lot from A New Hope? Yes, but it just all felt so right. It all clicked. It's the best way to describe it. It's just like I'm just watching this and I'm like, I feel like I'm watching Star Wars. Yes, it's just like I was getting along with it. I was a little, because as much as I love J.J. Abrams' versions of Star Trek, I kind of think of them as like, okay, it's his version of Star Trek. It's not what I think of when I think of Star Trek.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like this, it's like, no, when I think of Star Wars, this is pretty. Yeah, this is right on. I think what sold I think what sold me was the scene where Finn gives the thumbs up to BB-8, and then BB-8 gives him the thumbs up with a fucking lighter, and I'm like, yes, all right, yes, I'm sold. This movie's got it. It's got it. It's got the charm. It's there.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
Someone's laughing like a maniac in your end.
Oh yeah, it's probably my parents watching a comedy.
Probably Minions.
But it's out now on Blu-ray and DVD.
Alright, so that is Pixels and Bits episode 86. What a fun time. It's been a long time. I enjoyed this.
I did too. Well, we'll continue to be doing this weekly.
Hopefully with Manny next week.
Hopefully.
Anyways, my name is Corey.
And I'm Tommy.
And we'll see you all next week, folks. For sure.
Later.
Bye-bye.